Hey guys, Zach here again with another knife overview. The Blackwater Aculus. This one might be new for some of you guys. You may have not heard that these were coming out. These weren't, as far as I know, widely publicized. First thing you can do is get a look at the packaging it comes in. It comes in kind of this almost like carbonite packaging. It's a nice hard plastic case, and it's molded, and there's a cutout for the knife here. You can see that I have number 30. This is a limited edition run of only 100 pieces from Blackwater, which is actually made by Lionsteel. So kind of along the lines of the DPX stuff, Lionsteel makes a lot of their products. So you open it up here. And it's not actually hinged, I just left the tape on the other side, but pretty cool presentation. It also came inside of this velour bag. Here's the knife. Blackwater Aculus. You might be looking at this and thinking, that's the TiSpine, the Lionsteel TiSpine. Well, it's close. The way I understand it, this design was made by Robert Young Pelton of DPX Gear and licensed to Lionsteel, who then created the TiSpine from it. And this version is a little bit different than the TiSpine, and I'll cover some of those differences here in a second. First off, let's just cover this one itself. Elmax, just over a 3-inch blade. Elmax steel, PVD black coating, same on the handle. The handle's all titanium. It's an integral folder, like kind of like the SR1 that Lionsteel does. So the handle's all one piece, titanium integral milled out. It's a very small little gentleman carry type of a knife. I think it's just over 3 ounces, just over 3 inches in blade length. And I believe the overall length of this guy, let me look here real fast. I don't have the, well, just over 7 inches, I think, with a 3-inch blade. The handle's just a little bit longer. The blade rides on Nylatron or Teflon washers. Let's see if I can get her to zoom here, or to focus. Yeah, you can see it there on the side. Frame lock type design, nice low ride pocket clip there. You can see the Blackwater logo. It's got a nice little glass breaker on it, lanyard tube. Just a really elegant little gentleman's knife. It's kind of like a shiv, really. Not really so much of a tactical knife, I would say, but more of a, if you needed it as a last-ditch effort, you could use it as a shiv. Not so much for slashing, but here it's a little bit oily. Keep getting fingerprints on it and chasing them for days with the fingerprints. Give you a nice good look at it. So how it differs from the TiSpine in a few different ways. I mean, it's the same overall knife, same overall dimensions, same blade steel. I believe same blade steel anyway. Same weight, same everything, excepting when you start to look at the finer details. The TiSpine, the milling actually wraps around the back of the handle here, over the handle spine. The TiSpine doesn't actually have a glass breaker. And the jimping on the TiSpine is a little bit different. On top of that, the milling itself is different. This milling is more up and down, vertical. If you look at the TiSpine, it's kind of more of like the starburst pattern for the Wilson Combat type pattern. Now the milling is very, very similar though to the milling that you see on the SR1. It's just like a micro version of the same milling. Those little ridges there you could see. So it's kind of very similar to that type of milling, same type of thought, no milling across the spine. Just a real cool little gentleman's knife. Again, I said this is a limited run of 100 pieces. It's supposed to commemorate the first folder offering from Blackwater. Of course, again, these are made by Lionsteel in Italy. Just a really nice little knife. The pocket clip actually kind of acts as the over travel stop. which is a little bit of a downside. If you watch Flippin' Bean at all, you'll notice that he talk about a prototype version of this and how the way this pocket clip's oriented here with the cutout for the lock bar, your pants actually kind of get hooked. When you're taking this thing in and out of your pants get hooked on the lock bar cutout there. So that's still kind of an issue. Of course, this is a small knife. I don't really see the need for having to get this thing out quickly. The jimping, let's take a look at the jimping on the top. The jimping is really well done. It's really cut well. However, you could see that it's recessed. It's completely recessed inside the handle, so it's almost functionless. Unless you really push your thumb down to get inside that handle, this jimping here is almost functionless. So that's kind of a little bit of a head scratcher. It'd be nice if that was just a little bit higher or extended down the blade just a little bit further so that you could get a better purchase on it. Of course, this is a small knife and not every knife needs to have jimping, but I like it. I like to have it. I like to have, I don't know, it's kind of like that little bit of comfort having that grip there. You can just get a good grip on the knife. Especially if you did have to use it in some sort of self-defense role, you can be pretty confident that you're holding on to it. The cutout here to disengage the lock bar actually acts very nicely for your index finger or in the reverse grip. Same type of deal. It's not really a finger guard per se, but it kind of acts like one a little bit. It lets you get a better grip on the knife itself and get a good hold on it. I don't have a TiSpine to compare with you guys. I had one on pre-order, and when I saw that this one was going to come out, I actually canceled the pre-order in hopes for getting this one. Now I kind of am thinking maybe I will add a TiSpine, just because this one is limited edition, and I don't know if I want to carry it. You know, it's only of 100 pieces, so it's not like of 1,000 or a couple thousand pieces. You know, and there isn't like 100 pieces in one variation and 100 pieces in another variation and so on. There really is only 100 of these. I got to pick my number. I think there's maybe 10 left on Blackwater USA. So if you're interested in getting one of these, they're not cheap, but if you want one, they're going fast and there's only 10 left. So, and I believe that's going to be it. So I'd say go pick one up as soon as you can if you want one. Size comparisons. Compare here to, now like I said, it is a very small folder. It's actually smaller than I thought it was going to be in hand. I guess, you know, I should have guessed with the 3-inch blade that it was going to be fairly small, but it is a very, very slender, small carry. So there it is across my hand. Here it is compared, if I lay these down, to the SR1, which you guys know is a fairly decent sized knife. Quite a bit slimmer and smaller than the SR1. When I was looking through my collection to see what would be the best knives to compare it to, I actually came across this Benchmade 940, and it's very similar in overall size. Of course, it looks completely different, it locks different and everything, so don't beat me up that they're not, you know, they're totally different knives. Of course, they're totally different knives, but in overall size, they're very similar. Overall length, the 940 is just a little bit longer. In width, obviously, this Aculus is just a little bit wider, has a little bit more belly, but the handle widths and everything are very, very similar on these. So if you have a 940, or if you've held a 940, this is going to carry very similar. This Aculus is going to carry very similar in your pocket to a 940. Just a really nice. It's not super loose yet. I haven't played with it quite enough to break in those washers, so it does take a little bit of flick to get it to fly out. But again, this is supposed to be kind of a gentleman's knife. I don't really think you're needing to get this out super lightning fast. The lock was a little bit sticky, but I've just about got it broken in. I just had to clean off the lock face and the lock face on the tang, and it seems to be breaking in, wearing in nicely. Let me show you the lockup. The lockup is pretty early. I'd say it's in that first 20-30% range, so that'll probably settle in right there. Just a really nice little knife. Just wanted to kind of show it off. I think guys are just starting to get these now, so give everybody a video and also let you know there is about 10 left, so go pick one up if you're interested. And if you have any questions, let me know. Only real criticism I have on it is this this jimping really isn't very functional. Mine didn't really come very sharp either. That's kind of a separate criticism that goes with a lot of the knife companies out there. Some come pretty decently sharp, some come not very sharp, some come razor sharp. This one I'd say is it's okay, but it's not not crazy sharp. You know, I can rub my thumb on it pretty easily without cutting myself. Anyway, thanks for watching, dudes. Check you later.